people of the Commonwealth, and hear my cries. We, the nurses of Massachusetts, and our supporters, assembled today on the steps of this imposing chamber of federal power to discuss dire news. The main streets are in trouble, and the good citizens who live and work on these streets more so. Bankers and Wall Street scoundrels have left our economy in ruins. The pensions and securities of our good citizens have been ravaged. We are plagued by income disparities, high unemployment, and the breakdown of critical social programs. Healthcare, education, Social Security are under attack. The good nurses of the Commonwealth gathered here bear witness to this suffering every day. In the wards of our hospitals, in nursing homes, and in the schools and community health centers. Ye nurses report a dramatic rise in illness, both physically and mental, resulting from these horrible conditions. While these frightful trends haunt our good citizens, the rich on Wall Street get richer, whereas the poor on Main Street go without. Wall Street profits have increased 720%. All the while good citizens battle unemployment levels that have increased 102%, and home equity values that have decreased by 35%. Scandalous! Scandalous indeed! The time has come, good citizens of the Commonwealth, to make change and to rebuild Main Street so it reflects the Main Streets that was envisioned by our forefathers. Oh, yeah! It is time, good citizens, for a Main Street contract for the American people. A contract that guarantees good jobs and living wages. Yeah! Equal access to quality public education. Yeah! Quality health care. Yeah! A defined and secured retirement. Yeah! A safe, clean environment. Yeah! And good housing. Yeah! So said we, the Commonwealth and country, call on you, Senator Brown. Yeah! Along with other members of Congress, to sign a pledge in support of a tax on Wall Street that will yield the monies needed to heal our main streets. Yeah! So speak of ye Commonwealth, God save Main Streets. Yeah! Heal America, tax Wall Street. Heal America, tax Wall Street. Heal America, tax Wall Street. Heal America, tax Wall Street.
As we, along with our nurses and allies across America, launch a National Day of Action to protect Main Street and to restore the promise of the American dream to all people. A special word of thanks to our esteemed town crier, Sir Tony Antonelli, for his powerful presentation. My name is Donna Kelly Williams, and I am the president of the Massachusetts Nurses Association, National Nurses United. And the MNA is the largest professional association and union for registered nurses in the Commonwealth, and National Nurses United, with more than 175,000 members, is the largest professional association and union of RNs in the United States. We are meeting here in Boston while our colleagues in Central and Western Massachusetts gather for a press conference in Worcester, and thousands of other nurses are participating in more than 60 events in 21 other states from Maine to California. We are happy today to be joined by nurses representing facilities throughout Massachusetts, as well as our allies in this struggle. We have the Massachusetts Jobs with Justice. Yay! Father Pat from the Labor Guild. Yay! The Greater Boston Labor Council. Yay! The North Shore Labor Council. Yay! New Lynn Coalition, and Neighbor to Neighbor. Thank you all. We are here today because the disruption and dislocation many have just seen from Hurricane Irene is what many American families experience every day. There is an economic storm flattening America, and the eye of the storm is Wall Street.
Right.
We are here to call on Senator Scott Brown, along with all members of Congress, to sign a pledge to support a tax on Wall Street financial speculation to provide the money we need to heal America. We are here to ask Senator Brown, whose side are you on, Wall Street or Main Street? We're here because as nurses, we will no longer be silent about our patients who refuse life-saving medical treatment or reject diagnostic procedures or postpone taking needed medications because they can't afford the high cost of co-pays and deductibles. That's why we are fighting for a Main Street contract for the American people. A contract that would mean jobs at living wages, health care for all, good schools for our children, protection from homelessness and hunger, and a secure retirement for everyone. We are here because Wall Street got bailed out and Main Street got left out.
That's right.
Big banks, investment houses, and other financial giants who wrecked our economy, who gambled our mortgages and pensions, need to return some of that enormous wealth to Main Street. It is time to take it back. Nurses have a plan on Wall Street financial speculation that could raise hundreds of billions of dollars to fund the programs we need to put America back to work and to protect our homes, our schools, and our health. We propose a sales tax on all major Wall Street financial activity, such as billion-dollar gambling on dividends, credit default swaps, and futures that put our economy in ruins. The fastest growing markets in the world today already have such a tax, and even conservative leaders, including the President of France and the Premier of Germany, have proposed it for all of Europe. Why should we be left behind? We will not be silent, and we will not go away. Working together, we will heal America and restore the American dream. Thank you.
The Main Street action as a nurse, because I do see a lot of people coming into the hospital. I live in a small city and work in a small city, and we see a lot of the population who doesn't have what they need. For instance, you know, when the hurricane came to town, most people stayed inside, most people were safe, but there are a population that don't have inside. They don't have someplace safe to stay. And the emergency rooms were full of people who needed shelter, they needed food, and thank goodness we were able to provide it, but why should they have to come to us for the basic necessities to live?
Well, Jasa Justice believes that workers should actually be able to earn living wages, should be able to afford mortgages, should be able to have a basic sense of dignity and respect in their workplace. And what's happened over the past 30 years is these greedy bankers and this greedy Wall Street culture has started taking that away from workers. And we genuinely believe that if we're going to go back to a way where people could actually afford to send their kids to college and have, you know, an expectation of decency and a standard of living, we actually have to tax Wall Street. And we need to hold Wall Street accountable for their actions.
Well, I'm here. I'm delighted to support the M&A. We share their vision of the problems in America, that the brunt of the problems in this country go right to Wall Street, and their obscene compensation, their lack of accountability. So this is kind of central to what we do at the Labor Council. We are 100% behind the M&A's campaign to focus on Main Street, not Wall Street.
In the Judeo-Christian and Muslim tradition, this is what it's all about. Those traditions make it clear we're supposed to take care of everybody, especially those who are hurting most. And we're also told that everybody should pay their fair share. And until Wall Street gets their act together with strong support from the government, but also groups like this and other independent citizens, it ain't going to happen. So I'm saying to the nurses, you're doubly blessed, not only because of what you're doing here, but you're taking your vocation of healers, not simply to the bedside in the clinic, but to the whole society. So God bless you, good luck, and stay with it.